Welcome to Career Quest. My name is Jody Stevenson. I'm here today with Michael Horvath. He's the Executive Administrative Assistant over at the Asheville Hotel Group. Michael, thank you for being here with us today.
Jody, always a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Great. Well, one thing that we like to do here at Career Quest, because we're working with people that are exploring careers, trying to figure out, what industry is best for them. We like to hear a little bit about the company they work for, a little bit about their mission. You're part of a group of hotels, so share with our audience a little bit about that group.
Awesome. Yeah, with Asheville Hotel Group, so we have 5 Hilton-branded properties located throughout the Asheville area. Our company is owned and managed by third-generation Asheville hotelier, so we're locally owned and operated. We aren't owned by a big conglomerate down in Atlanta, and our staff are just numbers up here.
Right.
So it's really nice that
it's got that family feel.
For sure.
Yeah.
He used to own the old Ramada Inn over on Tunnel Road back in the day. So, he's been around here for a minute, and then his father as well. So, it's very interesting to see that aspect of it. And I think that's kind of why we're kind of a family company, if you will.
With a big brand name.
Thank goodness, having the backing of the Hilton brand behind us, which is fantastic. How that works is we go to Hilton Worldwide and we go, we want to open up a Hampton Inn. And they're like, absolutely, here's your franchise application, complete it, get it back to us with a big old check, and you can build your Hampton Inn. And then it's off from there. So we're really not tied to Hilton Worldwide other than by the name and by the fact that they kind of dictate to us how we operate our Hampton Inn. The big thing with Hilton is consistency. They want to know that our Hampton Inn here on Tunnel Road is the same as the Hampton Inn you're going to stay at in San Francisco, or the one you're going to stay at in Cancun, or the Bahamas. Wherever, they're all going to get the same kind of quality, and everything is going to be pretty much laid out exactly the same, so people know where the breakfast is and knows where the coffee station is, and that type of thing.
So in Asheville, tell us about where your properties are located and a little bit about that.
Sure. So we've got a Hampton Inn on Tunnel Road. We've got a Homewood Suites on Tunnel Road. Then we have over by the Outlet Mall, we have a Hampton Inn and Suites. Then we have our Hilton Garden Inn. And then down on the south end of town at the Asheville Airport, we have our Hampton Inn and Suites Asheville Airport. That's where our corporate offices are located, our sales, administrative. That's where we're all based out of. So a little bit kind of spread all over the city. So kind of wherever you live, we have a hotel near you is kind of our motto. So not the worst thing in the world.
And so I would imagine those different properties kind of cater to different types of travelers and people that are visiting or that kind of thing.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we wanted a variety of brands too, because you don't want 5 Hampton Inns, because then all your market is going to be fighting for the same people. Our Homewood Suites, a lot of families will stay there. They are suites. They have 2 rooms. They have a bedroom, living room, a full kitchenette, and then so they'll want to stay in that kind of atmosphere all together as a family. Indoor pool. They've got the full breakfast in the morning. Then we've got our Hilton Garden Inn, which is mainly geared toward business people. A lot of times, we don't have a pool at that property. We have a large outdoor entertainment area. So that and we have a full bar, restaurant. That hotel is completely different than our Homewood Suites.
Yeah.
Then next door we have our Hampton Inn and Suites, which is, and I don't want to say your run-of-the-mill hotel, but we've got an indoor pool over there. So again, with your families, if they want the indoor pool, it's very conveniently located to the shopping and at Biltmore. And then our one hotel that we have an outdoor pool in is at our Hampton Inn and Suites at the airport.
Nice.
So yeah, we've got an outdoor pool for those that love that, and we keep that open year round as well.
Oh, wow. So just like you have a lot of different properties for different needs of your guests, I would imagine also for employees that want maybe a downtown feel or a family feel or whatever. So based on their personality, they might be able to fit best with one of your properties.
Yeah, absolutely. And they can get their foot in the door and they can start in any position and they can get a feel for that property. And if it's not working with them, we encourage our staff, let us know what's up, what's going on, what don't you like about it. Let's see if we can make it change. Whatever we can do to keep you in our umbrella, the better. So if that means maybe moving you down to the airport location, because that is a little slower hotel and maybe a little slower pace, that might behoove some of our team a little bit better versus somebody who really is, gung-ho and they're boom, 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 or probably Hampton Inn Tunnel Road or Hampton Inn Biltmore area, larger properties. I mean, they've got 120 rooms, and so I mean they're go. So yeah, kind of whatever fits their need. We want them to stay with us, not look for reasons to leave us.
Sure. So you said it, getting your foot in the door. How does somebody do that? Tell us a little bit maybe about how you got your foot in the door, and a little bit about that.
I luckily got into the hotel business in the mid-'80s, which, back when you had hard keys and it was a completely different world back then. But I started out as a night auditor and then worked myself to front desk and then front desk manager, and then got out of the hotel business altogether. And I moved away from Asheville because I was young and, we know all the, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
But then moved back up here, and a lady friend of mine that I had become very close with when I was in the hotel business in the 80s, still in the hotel business.
Nope.
And got in connection with her. She's like, hey, we need an assistant general manager at our Homewood Suites. I'm like, well, I'll interview for it and let's see what happens. Yeah. And sure enough, got that position, enjoyed that for a little bit, but then moved out to the administrative office. And that's where we kind of created our human resources department and our administrative team and had that grow from there because we had not had that until then. So that's kind of how my story is and how I got to be where I am 17 years later, and kind of wouldn't change a thing. Love it. Love every bit of it. I love
sounds
dealing
like
with her.
You've had some really interesting career growth within the hospitality industry. And I think among other types of industries, hospitality seems to have, if you want it, the opportunities there for growth.
It absolutely is. And whether it's with our company or whether you move away and you want to take that talent somewhere else in a different city, at least you have it. And so even like with a Hilton branded property, you come in as a front desk agent and you work for us for a little bit, but then you are moving. You can take that experience with our front desk with a Hilton branded property, and you can take that anywhere. They use the same computer system. They operate the same way in general, so they will welcome you with open arms when you move to your new city and you're looking for a Hilton branded property to work at.
There you go. I think that alone is exciting to probably some young people who are maybe ready to see some of the world. I mean, Hilton is all over the world, right? I mean, there's hotels everywhere. So it's an industry that you could really kind of travel with or go places with.
It absolutely is. And again, once you know how the Hilton way of doing things, Hampton Inn does their certain things certain ways. Homewood Suites does certain things certain ways. But that doesn't mean that can't cross brands underneath the Hilton umbrella. You're going to have a good understanding of how things operate. Computer system up at the front desk, housekeeping if you're in that department. And again, you show that on a resume and people are going to snatch you up because they're going to go, you worked at a Hilton, you know how Hilton operates. Please come join our team.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what's kind of the average length of time people stay employed with you all? And tell us also about how many jobs do all your hotel together kind of make up? How many positions are available?
The total number of different positions, I'd have to do it in my math, but I'm going to go with probably about 15 different positions, and people are going, well, what are they?
Yeah.
You know, you've got housekeeping and front desk. Yeah, but we also hire our own security guards. You do have night auditors that work overnight, 11 to 7 up at the front desk. They close out the books. We have a laundry staff. We have room attendants. We have public area cleaners. Then at our Hilton Garden Inn, we have bartenders. We have food servers. We have line cooks. So really, we have a little bit of everything that would interest you. Or even if you don't know anything about it, come and get your foot in the door. You know, you might hate that job, but go, you know what? I'm really not enjoying this housekeeping work, but can I try the front desk? Let's find a replacement for you and let's get you trained on the front desk and see if that's something that you like. We'd rather, again, keep you under our umbrella of our company than have you go elsewhere.
You know, I really enjoy asking each person that we bring in here for an interview this question, and it's, what myth can we debunk about the hospitality industry? Is there something that most people think when they think hospitality, hotels, which isn't really the case?
Well, they think, one, they're low-paying jobs, and two, they're dead-end jobs, where really both of them, it's not the case. It is what you want to make of it. Dead-end job, that's absolutely not with our company.
Right.
We promote from within in every chance that we possibly can. If out of 160 employees that we have with our company, if not one of them is interested in an open position, then we're forced to go outside to get somebody to fill that role. But for the most part, we'll post within internally and let people that work for us already and that have the buy-in of our company apply and let them move up and encourage them and really help their management style as well.
Definitely not a dead end industry by any means. Hospitality is something that you can find in a lot of different places. It's also going to help you build a resume for so many other jobs. I mean, having good customer service applies to almost everything. So, you know, if you walk into, you do some years in the hospitality industry, you build that resume, you take that resume to almost any industry, they're going to look at that and go, this guy knows some good customer service.
You're absolutely correct. Yeah. And, you know, when you're working in the hotel, you know the tourism business for the most part, and you start building relationships with other tourism companies that are in your area, and that might interest you more than what you're doing now. Who knows? You know, so it'll give you the connections too to try out something new. If for some reason, you know, the hotel business is just not your thing, maybe whitewater rafting is, maybe zip lining is, you know, a tour guide on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Who knows?
It all connects.
But, you know, it does all connect for sure.
Well, this has been really informative. Thank you again for coming in and sharing with us each time. This has been great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.